Imagine this. A lone figure, Genghis Khan, stands on a windswept hill. His gaze sweeps across the vast golden plains of Central Asia. He had a simple rule: envoys must be treated with respect. This was a sacred law of diplomacy, a bridge between nations. So when he sent his ambassadors to the powerful Khwarezmian Empire, he expected this courtesy. But the Shah, Ali ad-Din Muhammad, made a fatal mistake. He executed the Mongol envoys, a blatant act of defiance and disrespect. Back on that hill, news reaches Temujin. His eyes, once calm as the open steppe, narrow into points of cold fury. This single act of arrogance didn't just insult a man. It insulted an entire nation and broke a sacred trust. And in doing so, the Shah had just unknowingly ignited a firestorm that would reshape the world. The greatest campaign in history was about to begin. Subutai, one of Genghis Khan's most trusted and brilliant generals, rides through the sprawling Mongol encampment. The air crackles with energy and discipline. Thousands of soldiers move with purpose, their leather armor gleaming, their bows and arrows meticulously maintained. He approaches Temujin, the great Khan, who stands overlooking the organized chaos. "The troops are ready, my Khan," Subutai reports, his voice steady. "Cavalry and archers await your command." Temujin gives a slow, deliberate nod. His gaze sweeps over the vast sea of warriors. Each unit, from the swift horse archers to the heavy cavalry, is perfectly organized. They are prepared for the grueling march across vast deserts and the relentless sieges of fortified cities. This isn't just an army, it's a single, unstoppable machine, forged in the harsh steppes and now poised to reshape the world. The Mongol Storm is about to be unleashed. Imagine endless plains, a dust cloud on the horizon, and the thunder of a million hooves. This wasn't just an army. This was the Mongol Storm, and it was about to break over the mighty Khwarezmian Empire. The Khwarezmians had numbers, they had fortified cities, but the Mongols had something far more valuable: speed and intelligence. While the larger armies lumbered into position, Mongol scouts, legendary riders like Jibe, were already miles ahead. They were the eyes and ears of the great Khan, painting a real-time picture of the enemy's every move. This information flowed back instantly, allowing commanders to outmaneuver and encircle their foes before they even knew they were in a fight. The Mongols didn't just win battles, they won the war before the first arrow was even loosed. It was a masterclass in mobile warfare. The high walls of Otrar stand defiant, a fortress bristling with armed men. Atop the ramparts, Governor Nalhuk paces, his heart a drum of fear. He is the man who killed the Mongol envoys, and now vengeance has arrived at his gates. Outside, the legendary Genghis Khan surveys the city, flanked by his brilliant generals, Jibe and Kublai. He isn't just planning a battle, he's orchestrating a lesson in power. "Prepare the siege engines," he commands, his voice steady. "We will show them justice, swift and absolute." Scouts report that fear gnaws at the city from within. Seizing the moment, Genghis sends a final offer: "Surrender your city and your lives will be spared. Resist and you will face utter destruction." Blinded by pride, Inalhuk refuses. The Mongol Storm breaks. For days, arrows rain down and siege engines relentlessly batter the gates. The walls crumble and Otrar falls. Genghis Khan's strategic patience triumphs, a chilling testament to the price of defiance. The great city of Bukhara, a jewel of the Silk Road, stood defiant. Its towering walls and proud citizens refused to bow to the approaching storm. In his command tent, the great Khan Temujin gathered his most trusted generals, Subutai and Jibe. The air was thick with tension. He didn't shout or rage. Instead, with a calm that was more terrifying than any storm, he gave his orders. "Surround the city, but do it quietly. No grand assault, no immediate bloodshed. Let them see the endless sea of Mongol warriors. Let them feel the silence and the weight of their choice. They would surrender, or they would regret their pride. The Khara, facing the inevitable, chose life. The gates opened, and the city was taken with minimal conflict. Temujin, ever the pragmatist, spared the artisans and scholars, integrating their knowledge and skill to enrich his ever-expanding empire. The year is 1220. Samarkand, the jewel of the Khwarazmian Empire, a city of towering minarets and bustling markets, holds its breath. But this isn't just another siege. Outside its legendary walls, a new kind of conqueror watches. Temujin, now known as Genghis Khan, rides with his most trusted generals. He doesn't just see stone and mortar, he sees the minds of the men within. He turns to his commanders and whispers, "Fear is our greatest weapon." Instead of a brute force assault, the Mongols unleashed a storm of psychological warfare. Feigned retreats lured defenders into deadly traps. Rumors of overwhelming numbers spread like wildfire, shattering morale before a single arrow was loosed in the main assault. They diverted a river, cutting off the city's water supply. Faced with this relentless strategic genius, Samarkand's will crumbled. The city surrendered, not just to the might of the Mongol horde, but to the mind of its master. Faced with the unstoppable Mongol onslaught, Shah Ala ad-Din Muhammad had only one option: run. He gathered his court and fled westward, desperately trying to put distance between himself and the storm that had consumed his empire. But Genghis Khan was not a man to leave a job half done. He dispatched his finest generals, Jib and Subutai, with a clear order: hunt the Shah down. What followed was one of the most incredible pursuits in military history. The Mongol cavalry, tireless and relentless, thundered across Persia. They were a shadow that the Shah could never shake, moving with astonishing speed, capturing city after city in their wake. They left no time for the Shah to rest, no chance for him to rally his forces. Every time he looked back, the dust cloud of the Mongol horsemen was just a little bit closer. For the Shah, there was no escape. The great Khan, Temujin, gathered his most trusted generals, the brilliant Subutai and the relentless Jib. His empire was expanding at a staggering rate, but he knew conquest alone wasn't enough. "Take the cities," he commanded, his voice echoing with authority, "but preserve the talent." This wasn't just about warfare anymore. It was about building a lasting legacy. He envisioned an empire where knowledge and skill were as valuable as land and gold. With this new decree, the Mongol hordes, once feared only for their destructive power, became protectors of trade routes and patrons of artisans and scholars. The Silk Road flourished under their watch, connecting east and west like never before. From the steppes of Central Asia, a new world order was emerging, one built not just by the sword, but by a vision that valued human ingenuity. The fall of the Khwarezmian cities was a massive turning point for Central Asia. Imagine, one by one, these heavily fortified towns just vanished. They either surrendered immediately or were completely wiped off the map. This left a clear, open path for the Mongol army, with absolutely no resistance to slow them down. Genghis Khan's top generals, the legendary Subutai and Jibi, were masters of strategy. They didn't just conquer, they secured every inch. They made sure the trade routes were safe and that communication across the sprawling new empire was seamless. This terrifying efficiency sent shockwaves through neighboring kingdoms. Rulers saw the Mongol army's discipline and knew they were facing something entirely new. With every city that fell, Mongol control expanded, cementing Genghis Khan's power and establishing his empire as the undisputed force in the region. This campaign wasn't just about brute force. It was a masterclass in strategic foresight, showing how the Mongols could not only conquer, but also hold on to vast, sprawling territories. Imagine this. Temujin, a name that would echo through history as Genghis Khan, stands on a high ridge. Below him, the conquered lands of Khwarezm stretch out, vast and silent. The once mighty cities are humbled, their walls shattered, But now, Mongol banners whip in the wind, flying proudly over every fortress. He turns to his most trusted generals, Subutai and Jeeb. His voice is firm, carrying the weight of an empire. The land is vast, and our work is just beginning. Order must follow where we ride, and those who resist must understand the cost. This campaign wasn't just about taking territory. It was a brutal, brilliant display of Mongol power, earning them both fear and respect from all who watched. Their army's discipline, speed, and strategy were simply unmatched. As the sun sets, casting long shadows over the conquered realm, Tim Jun thinks of the future. Every victory strengthens his empire, weaving each city into a network of unstoppable influence. The Khwarezm campaign would become a legend, a testament to his vision and the formidable force of the Mongol horde.